and welcome. This is a 30-day series of the night we almost told the truth. This is part one, things we don't say. Day one, the night we almost told the truth. We were sitting too close for pretending. The city hummed beneath us, a steady pulse, as if we knew something was about to break. You laughed, and I almost said, I love you. Instead, I watched the light shift across your face and let the words die quietly in my throat. Some truths are too tender to survive the sound of air. Day two, static between stations. I hear you sometimes in the quiet between songs, in that small electric hum where memory hides. We could have been something. We almost were. Now your voice is white noise, and I still tune in, hoping for a signal that isn't coming. Day three, apartment B4. You left your mug here. It's been 2 years, but I can't. Day three, apartment B4. You left your mug here. It's been 2 years, but I can't make myself wash it. There's lipstick mark on the rim. That fantasy red, like a ghost still trying to blush. Sometimes I drink from it just to feel like you're still almost something. Day four, half a conversation. You said, I'm happy now. I said, that's good. What I meant was, do you still think of me when it rains? Do you ever check your phone and hope it's me? But the silence was already doing its work, and we both let it finish the sentence. Day five, the taste of midnight. There's something holy about the way night holds a secret. The city sleeps, but the heart doesn't. It lingers in doorways, in unsent messages, in the warm echo of someone's name, spoken too softly to be real. You once told me I tasted like forgetting. I think you meant it as mercy. Day six, shadows on the ceiling. The light from passing cars turns my walls into ghosts. I lie awake, watching the shapes move, wondering if they ever stop. At your window, too. There's something cruel about distance. It doesn't hurt all at once. It flickers slowly, like headlights in the dark. Day seven, the softest lie. You said, I'll see you soon. And I smiled because we both needed that lie to get through the night. It's strange how kindness and cruelty can wear the same voice if it's late enough. Day eight, after the party, we stood by the door, too long to be polite. You look beautiful, like memory dressed up as hope. Someone laughed inside. The world spun on. But in that small pause, that hush between goodbye and almost, I swear the night forgot how to breathe. Day 9. The room still knows. I moved the furniture, changed the curtains, painted over everything, but the room still leans toward where you used to stand. Every night the air folds itself around the ghost of your shadow, and I lie here pretending not to notice how alive it feels. Day 10. What we meant to say. If I could go back, I wouldn't fix it. I'd just let us finish. All the almost, the pauses, the words that stayed behind our teeth. Because maybe the beauty was never in the saying. Maybe it was always in the ache of not saying enough. Section 2, the body remembers. Day 11, the space between hands. We never touched that night. Not really. But the air between our hands grew warm enough to count. I learned then that distance isn't always measured in inches. Sometimes it's the breath we're afraid to share. Day 12. The weight of want. It was never about need. Need is easy. This was want, the heavy kind, the kind that hums beneath your ribs when you try to sleep. You looked at me once, and I forgot my name. You said nothing, and somehow I heard everything. Day 13. Where the pulse hides. There's a heartbeat that isn't mine. It lives in the space where your fingers once rested, quiet but certain, like a secret that refuses to fade. Some music never stops playing, even after the room falls silent. Day 14. The shape of absence. The body admits it learns new ways to ache. The place where you used to lie hasn't cooled yet. It just pretends to. Sometimes I wake to reach for you and find only air, the softest kind of reminder. Day 15. The ghost of heat. The bed remembers. The pillow still leans toward your side. Every time I change the sheets, the air shifts, as if it resents being clean, being new. There are parts of me that don't want to move on, only to keep the warmth from vanishing completely. Day 16. Inhale. I can still smell your perfume when it rains. That mix of smoke and citrus and sin. You once said scent is memory, wearing a disguise. If that's true, then I've been breathing you in for years. Day 17, gravity. Every touch has a center of pull. Yours was the kind that made the world tilt. Even now, when I think of you, my pulse stumbles. My skin leads forward, and I remember what falling felt like before it broke me. Day 18. The sound of skin. There's a sound love makes. Quiet, like silk shifting under breath. It's not heard so much as felt, in the tremor between two people. Too close for language. Sometimes when I move through the dark, I swear I still hear it, the echo of us learning how to stay. Day 19. Where we touched the world. Do you remember that night by the river? The air was heavy, the city humming like a secret. You traced circles on my arm and said, "This is how I'll remember you." I think of that often, how touch became our language, how silence spoke fluent love. Day 20. The body remembers. It doesn't forget. It just forgives slowly. Every breath, every shiver, every echo of your hand. teaches me how to exist again. I used to think memory was cruel. Now, I know it's just thorough. Part 3, The Afterglow. Day 21. The morning after silence. The city was still sleeping when I opened my eyes. Day 21. The morning after silence. The city was still sleeping when I opened my eyes. No messages, no promises left half-written. Just sunlight sliding through the blinds like it had always known the way. For the first time in months, I didn't reach for my phone. I just breathed, and the air didn't hurt. Day 22. The way air holds you. I walked past your sheet today. Didn't stop, didn't even slow down. Day 22. The way the air holds you. I walked past your street today. Didn't stop, didn't even slow down. But the air, it knew. It wrapped around me, a soft recognition like it remembered our laughter and didn't want to let go. I smiled and I kept walking. Day 23, half light. There's something forgiving about the hour between night and morning where everything feels possible because nothing has fully arrived. I think that's what healing is, a kind of half-light where love still lingers but doesn't demand to stay. Day 25. Unsent, unspoken, unforgotten. I wrote you once a letter too honest to send. It wasn't about regret, it was about gratitude. You were the storm that taught me how to build a shelter, the ache that reminds me I still feel. I never sent it, but I whisper it sometimes to the night. That's enough. Day 25. The edge of your name. Your name doesn't cut anymore. It just hums, low and distant, like a song that knows when to fade. I still hear it sometimes, in laughter, in rain, in the sound of my own heart becoming quiet again. Day 26. The art of leaving lightly. I used to think closure meant never looking back. Now I know it just means looking back without bleeding. Some loves don't end. They change form, from fire to ember to something you can hold without burning. Day 27. What love leaves behind. Not ashes, not scars, just echoes. The kind that hum softly in the chest when the world is still. Love never leaves empty. It always hides a small light somewhere in the dark. Day 28. The gentle goodbye. We didn't say it out loud. We just smiled, tried, kind, almost free. It wasn't an ending, not really. Just two hearts finally speaking the same silence. Day 29, the light through the curtain. Every morning, it paints the same line across, Day 29, the light through the curtain. Every morning, it paints the same line across the floor. Once it felt cruel, a reminder. Now it's a promise. That light still finds a way in, even after the leaving. Day 30, the afterglow. What remains isn't loss, it's the quiet warmth of having felt deeply. Love doesn't vanish, it softens, changes shape, becomes a pulse beneath calm. And when the night finally exhales, I can hear your name, not as longing, but as peace. And to close it out, when the light dims and the room becomes smaller than your thoughts, remember, not every silence asks for answers. Some silences are love still breathing quietly beneath everything you've survived. And if you listen close enough, you'll find that what remains isn't the end of anything, but the soft continuation of being a human. Yeah. Thanks for making it through that if you did. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye.